This segment is sponsored by Jacobs Financial Services. If you're thinking about retiring or maybe fresh into it, don't do another thing until you get this next bit of information. Tom Jacobs is here from Jacobs Financial Services to share his top 10 list of retirement regrets. Hello to you.
Hey.
All this month, we're going through your top 10 list with some sharing what people have said in retrospect that they regretted that they didn't do or consider. And we're going to give people something to think about when planning their own retirement.
Great.
So last week we talked about a few of the items on the list. First, not saving enough. That's one that people always tell you they're worried about. Relying on Social Security as the sole source of income. Investing for specific goals. They need to consider all the options that are out there, right? And finally, failure to save for an emergency fund. Okay, but here comes the next one. Debt in retirement. A lot of people carry too much of it over the finish line.
You know, in a perfect world, when we retire, we've also retired all of our debt. I mean, that is a big, big deal. And I would say, if you have to have debt in retirement, the only acceptable debt, in my opinion, is your home mortgage.
Okay, I was going to ask you that.
The home mortgage, you know, you can deduct the interest. There's a lot of benefits. Potential benefits to having a mortgage, but that's the only debt that I would say is even acceptable to consider. If you're retiring and you have credit card debt, car loans, student loans, retirement's going to be awful tough for you.
Okay, hunker down on those things and let's get rid of them. Failure to plan for healthcare costs. This is a big one, and it's an unknown, Tom.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's hard to know how much to plan when you don't know what the cost is going to be. But in general, we have to be thinking about it. We have to be thinking about Medicare and what that's going to cover and what supplements we need in addition to that. We don't know what's going to happen, but what we do know is the cost of healthcare and long-term care and dementia care and all of these different specialties, it's going up, and it's going up like crazy. And we have to make sure that we are thinking about that, we're mindful, and we have a plan in case something happens.
The aging baby boomers are driving up the cost because there's so many. And it is going to be tough for a lot of people.
And there's just lots of changes in the marketplace and you know what's going on with the government. It's just something you have to be on top of. And if you're not on top of it, which most folks aren't, you need to know somebody that is.
Yes.
And that's us. So give us a call at Jacobs Financial and let us help you with that.
Yeah, the number's on the screen. Okay, next one. Retiring at the wrong time. And this is another one that's really kind of dicey because what's the right time?
So timing is something that you and I don't have the option. We don't know what timing is. Think about this. You're 64, you want to retire at 66. And let's pretend between 64 and 66 the market goes the wrong direction and we're down 30%. So now just because of the timing, we've landed on our retirement date. We've got 30% less money because the market dumped. So now I'm going to retire with less dough, or I have to keep working to make up what I lost. Both of those options are crummy. You can't time the market. Now, here's a big one. The market right now is at historic, all-time, never been this high in the history of mankind. Buy low, sell high. Now is the time to take some chips off of the table, get it out of the market, put it in a spot where you can't lose it. Let's put that money in a fixed index annuity. Call me.
And how does that fixed index annuity work?
Well, here's the beauty of a fixed index annuity. One, it's an insurance product. So it's not a securities product. It's not a stock, bond, mutual fund. It's an insurance product. It has guarantees from the insurance company. One of those guarantees is if the market goes down, you don't lose any money. Period. If the market goes up, you have an opportunity to grow that account. But we can use fixed index annuities for a lot of different purposes. One of those is a guaranteed income source. Phenomenal.
Let's give them number 8 on our list. A failure to plan for inflation. Also an economy type of an issue.
And a lot of people just look at, especially folks that they're getting a pension, Social Security, they're getting a payment, and they're not realizing, hey, this money that I'm receiving today is covering these bills. But it won't cover those same bills 2, 3, and 4, 5 years ago because those expenses are going up because of inflation. You have to have a way to have your income growing to keep up or hedge the cost of inflation.
Folks can get this full top 10 list from you if they give you a call. Let's put the number up on the screen. Call Tom right now, 616-622-4654. You can also visit his website, jacobsfs.com. Give him a call, sit down. No regrets in your retirement if you start with this guy now.
Thank you,
Tom.